I mean, they are, yeah, because
Fungi are like weird plant humans.
yeah, they're that
Scary.
that
Does
weird
not
in
change the
between a
fact
plant
that-
and animal.
This does not change the fact that Wolf wants meat.
That's fair.
Wolf is definitely no vegetarian.
So we're just heading back to camp then?
Sounds like.
Talking to people and then heading back.
Yeah, in which case talking to people will be a downtime thing. How far can you get back? So you have 2 hours. Well, I suppose you know you're gonna rest after this, you could just push yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, otherwise we'd have to like stop off at the abandoned town for the night.
God, who in the party do I think would have low perception?
Hello.
I mean, I know who has the lowest perception, but
Yeah, you know what? Wolf, give me a perception check.
Wolf was not the one with the lowest perception.
Yeah,
No, but you would probably appreciate this as much as most other people.
Oh,
Well,
it was
at some 2 hours, Ash with a pumpkin on their head, with a jack-o'-lantern face carved in it, as well as the gourd leshy, just both kind of like jump out and surprise you at some point. That's all I wanted to say.
one moment. I need to determine Wolf's reaction.
Hammer. Oh dear.
oh no.
Oh no!
Oh
Ash,
God.
no.
Why, Ash?
Oh,
Why?
God.
I
Surprise.
return.
Let's see. Wolf has been surprised. He thinks
Watch
some
him,
kind of
watch him
big
roll a
monster.
critical and kill me.
It'd be non-lethal, you're fine.
I mean, would it? He
We
thinks
don't
a
know that.
monster's attacking
He rolled
him.
a 0 on his wisdom.
That's true.
Come on, that 20.
Now the question is, would that be
And-
flat-footed or not?
I think
Would-
it still hits.
Well, yeah, no, Ash wouldn't be.
There's no reason to have
actively
mage armor
defending
running.
himself. Yeah, there's no reason to have mage armor running. Ash wouldn't have really thought like, oh, he's going to attack me on sight.
It's more Wolf just startled.
Yeah, so Ash gets a foot to the gut and is staggered at 0 HP.
I mean, healing hex might go off.
Yeah, but it's non-lethal, so it doesn't have to.
As Wolf just kind of blinks for a moment. Huh? What?
Ow.
Ipos just falls over cackling.
Who's? Wolf's gonna try to pull the pumpkin off.
Yeah, it just pops right off.
Why you jump out to scare me?
Because it was funny. Or at least it was until I had a foot in the gut.
Wolf just kind of tilts his head and looks at the pumpkin. Offers a hand to Ash.
Thank you.
I thought you were a monster. I was getting ready for a big fight.
Nope. Just thought it would be funny to surprise you. I was wrong.
Ipos think it was funny.
I'm glad someone appreciated it.
It was very informative.
I'm gonna go sit down.
Now I remind you later on, whenever Wolf suffers a fear effect in future levels, he also goes straight to a rage automatically.
Woo!
Hmm.
Which technically
Yeah.
does mean if you demoralize him, he automatically goes into rage and tries killing you.
Yeah, you know the whole fight or flight thing most people have? Yeah, Wolf is just fight or fight.
Wait, weren't we staying at this person's place until she could provide us with a reward?
We didn't have to stay there, it was more if she saw us before we left. Like, left
Yeah,
the
no.
island.
And no, we told her where the camp was, so it's fine.
She can't leave.
She can't leave the island.
Well,
She can
could
probably
also,
jump between tree to tree to get to here fast
She
enough.
could also send it to us. She does have.
Also, we still have like 2 days. We can take a trip back up there to see her.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kick in the
She
door, go, oh, you got our reward yet?
I mean, out of character, dryads send animals to do things for them outside of their tree's radius all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you did note that she was like a dryad of some sort. Or a druid of some sort.
Yeah.
Sorry, Druid Dryad does not go off the tongue quick easily.
No.
Druid, dryad,
Despite how appropriate it is.
druid, dryad.
She got magic. She can probably get you if she needs to.
I wish
Hell,
I
I
could
think-
keep that gourd leshy. I love gourd
dryads
leshies.
Dryads get tree stride, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah, I
Probably.
think they could does spell-like ability, but only for trees that are like their home tree.
Yeah, it's like only within their home forest, within range of their home tree, I believe. I don't know. I haven't looked at the stat block in a long time.
Yes, it is only their type of tree.
Oh yeah, it's their type of tree. So just need to find whatever fuck the type of tree would be.
Which,
I mean, the question is,
considering
does
it's
that
an
tree exist
island,
elsewhere on the island? If the answer is yes, it's fine.
Probably.
considering it's a self-contained island, it's probably mostly the same kind of tree.
Yeah,
You know, they're
different
probably
sort of
only
mix.
like 4 kinds of tree, and one of them's likely apple.
Well,
One of
we
them's
saw an
probably
apple
oak.
tree.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, worst case, you can go, it hurts a lot to do this, but here, I need yous. And then go home again. For the most part, I'll say most of the stuff that's like stationary things on the island has been discovered. You do technically have 2 days left. There are the random events that I have. You could, what I will say is for the, maybe not this session, well, I guess you could probably do a few, but you could just go searching for stuff on the island, aka mill through the events deck.
I'd be fine with that. Just see what comes up.
Sure.
Also, speak of, I just noticed a little tiny bit of this there. Shh, secret. There you go.
I would like to procure an actual core. I mean, we have IAP, but I still need to, find one of those, salvage something.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Silas, I do.
Okay.
I really can't make constructs. I kind of needed a little bit of a core. I can make it a body. I can't make it a mind.
Let me just cut out all the tilts and shit which don't really matter. Stuff you already discovered, like the poppy fields. Oh, speaking of which, with the 2 days you have left, you could go back to the poppy fields.
Oh yes, that would be nice.
Say she could come visit you, it just kind of sucks.
I will cook more food for the camp.
Yep. How's the
So that everyone
camp
needs a good
doing?
meal.
Okay, dropping out things that have already been discovered. There are a total of 5 events that you can potentially discover. In which case, whoever wants to can roll a d5.
Tinder.
Yep. 3. Middle of the road.
Okay. This one will probably be interesting for Ash. Let's see.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
A fire elemental appears.
We come across a cache of ancient pornography.
We already did.
Yeah, I know. I want more.
Fair, actually. Yeah, let's do that.
Lord.
Yes, the ancient adult bookstore. We have finally found it. Now we just
After
need a
all this
translator.
time searching.
Now we just need to translate it.
Okay. One of the things that you actually discover probably while walking back to the town is there's a small copse of forest near the underground grove.
All right.
The weird thing about it is mottled and covered in web.
Yo, guys, we got spiders over here.
Everyone who can you roll me a knowledge nature?
Are we
There.
sure they're spiders?
Not. We did this once. I'd rather
Either
not.
that or silkworms.
As both will soon reveal, Ash is closer on the money to silkworms. Because
Oh.
as Wolf looks at, no, those are definitely like cocoons nestled amongst the silk. And as you kind of pay more attention, there's moths in there.
Ooh.
They're pretty big moths. Think like bird-sized.
Cool.
Which Wolf doesn't think they're dangerous, but they might be kind of annoying.
Yeah, I can deal with annoying.
I mean,
But you do
deal
have
with
the
us.
option. You do have the option out here to harvest silk,
Hell yeah.
which in this case is survival, or if you have a fitting skill for it, feel free to roll it.
I can't justify jewelry crafting or alchemy in my mind.
No.
Can
No.
I
Craft
argue?
tapestry weaving.
Can I argue stealthing to try and harvest it, not disturb them? I'm
Sure.
thinking it
There
large
are.
bit.
Yeah. I will say there are repercussions if you fail this. For all the rules.
Up.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, you
well.
got 26 and a 9. So
Nice.
So while Alana's distracting the big bad things, Wolf dives in and just harvests
I have
everything.
27 AC. I'm fine.
Well, Well,
What's
for
more
once, this is
like-
going to be something that isn't actually AC based.
Reflex.
Nope. As Alana goes through, you basically get dived bombed by these moths,
Oh,
and they
I
kind
know
of
what
just.
to do.
Oh,
I have a
lovely.
ward. I have a ward for this.
Wait, you do?
You do.
Yes, to keep the moths away from us. The pest screen ward.
Sure, if you want to spend some stuff and use that.
Yep.
Basically, what would have happened is they grapple you and they start eating your clothes. Or
That's
rather,
fine.
random
Oh
cloth
my.
objects.
Say,
All right,
what's your
they would try
scarf
eating
made
my
of?
scarf.
They would
Alana-
potentially have tried eating your scarf.
Did your scarf have
might have-
invulnerability yet?
No.
No.
Scarf's
be
not
allowed to-
invulnerable until 3rd level.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
they'd be allowed
as soon as
forward.
Alana starts getting swarmed by moths, Ash just runs up, plants a wooden stake in the ground. They all just bugger off.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Alana's want to go on a mass bugs murdering spree, so thank you.
I do wonder what happens if divine relic gets eaten by a bunch of moths.
Well,
You get a
I
bunch
think
of
Well,
divine
as
moths.
it turns out, in that case, Alana was not the chosen one.
I think Alana would just freak out and try and kill them over and over again.
On the bright side, though, I got silk.
Yes. Well, if you manage to gather 35 gold pieces worth of negative imbued silk, or negative energy imbued silk,
Excellent. Add it to my loot.
is making clothes out of silk imbued with negative energy a good idea? Who knows?
I know. Wait, we know someone who could use that actually.
Roland.
Actually, yeah.
Yep.
It might be something to talk with your clothier back at school.
We
I mean,
just
I
don't
just like
put
the idea
them-
of a dress now that murders people by touching whenever you touch them.
I like how we just go ahead, negative energy shit. Here, you can have it. It's weird like you.
It doesn't hurt you.
He's
Bella
gonna be
feels
like,
left out.
this is the most comfortable blanket I have ever had.
And it can
Alana,
be yours for a whole 35 gold pieces.
Alana's gonna go bribe Wolf.
I mean, if you want to go bribe Wolf, you can, after you kind of untangle yourself from being stuck in silk, you can find Wolf carefully bundling it into his.
Wolf, would you let me buy that off of you later, by any chance?
Buy it off me? You need it?
I could use it, yeah.
He nods his head. Okay.
That was easy.
I don't mean to alarm.
I mean, as it turns out, Wolf doesn't have a use for it. You're saying you want to buy it off him? Sure.
I don't mean to alarm you all, but one of my classes requires me to invent like a new metal, an alloy. I don't know if we can go looking around for something like that.
Wait, everyone in your class has got to invent a new metal.
Something with interesting properties, yes.
So not
Okay.
necessarily new, just unique.
Yes.
I might be able to help.
Hmm?
I mean, it's going to require me drawing on energy from the elemental planes.
You can do that.
Yes.
I mean, there's like frost steel and cold steel. I mean, there's already elemental metals out there. I
Okay,
mean,
well,
there's
I
even
didn't-
Elysian bronze.
I didn't know that, so you know.
I'm looking forward to the titanium elemental.
I have a few ideas, but one requires mithril, and that is yeah.
That's not happening.
And the other one requires low-level necromancy, which I can't perform.
I can do necromancy.
Okay, sure. I
What
need a few.
what can't you do?
What can't I do? I couldn't beat you at arm wrestling. I'm not good at climbing trees. I'm not great with animals.
Points to the skunk.
Okay, that was magic that did that. Not
So,
me going
so
up
magic
and-
makes you good with animals too. Got it.
Yes, it's generally how wizards work, from what I
I'm
can
not
tell.
a wizard.
Witches, warlocks, whatever you are.
Of course.
Well, at least that's how they believe it works. It tends to backfire on them eventually.
Yeah.
Alana, what?
Rose, if you're saying anything, we can't hear you.
No, I'm not.
No.
Don't.
Stay,
I
ignore,
said to ignore it. I just didn't want to
Oh,
forget about it.
fair. Right. I'd rather not do the necromancy one. It's really not in my wheelhouse, and I have really no idea or use for the thing I would make. I'd rather it be useful. I got a few other ideas I could maybe think of, but I need to go see what's going on in the other mechanical place, if you don't mind. I know we've been there a lot, so you guys could veto me, but
We have kind of been there a lot. Really probably should have grabbed something while you were there.
I was trying, but I was also busy stopping the city from falling apart.
I mean, we did kind of just. Didn't we camp there like twice?
Yes, I was exhausted, and Ipos wanted to leave to the temple, so I haven't had time to work.
You also didn't really say much about it.
I didn't want to get in your guys' way. I mean, you guys have important shit to do too, and well, frankly, I've been
No, I
in the.
don't.
Well, I'm speaking more generally.
Fair enough.
Still, nevertheless, there. Let's go south. That abandoned town. I want to make sure that there isn't a sphere there that we can't salvage. IAP said there might be one there, if anything.
What do the rest of you guys think?
Didn't he say it was in the abandoned structure, not the town?
I don't remember.
I wouldn't one of those two, but we couldn't get to the abandoned structure, so I'm gonna say I'm guessing the abandoned town, and if it isn't the abandoned town, oh well, it's the only one we can get.
I mean, I have no issue going anywhere.
Yeah. And honestly, you guys don't even need to come with. I'll probably just be quiet and try to find. You understand? Um, yeah. But it seems like everyone's okay with it, so
I don't have a reason to not be okay with it.
cool. I'm gonna start. I think I know where it is. Aaron's gonna start walking. JMac,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go to the abandoned town to look for one of those sphere things that IAP was talking about.
Okay. Should we just assume for like day 6 it's just freeform, basically. If people want to go do their thing, they can.
I would like people to come with me, but if they don't want to, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, splitting up. At this point, splitting up is kind of fine. If people want to go with this, like, I don't know, gather more poppy shit or silk shit or whatever, they can.
I'm fine.
But if you
going
want
with
to.
Aaron.
Fair enough.
Whoops.
Yeah, I would like to get poppies. I would like to get the sphere. I can't do both.
And you've got time.
Yeah, but they're
2
across
days is
the.
a long amount of time.
Oh, I suppose. Yeah.
Also, it's only like 2 hours away.
Oh, is it? Oh, this place is smaller than I thought. Never mind.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes,
It's not that big.
It's the one time JMac made a small map.
Look, leave me alone. But sure. You can go investigate the southern abandoned town, and along with whoever wants to bother coming. Which, you have been told a bit about it. Other people have visited here. I believe it was Roland's team. As we kind of stated, it's basically, it looks like a town that's been flattened, as if someone's just kind of came through here, maybe with a sledgehammer or whatever, and just knocked everything down.
Only one of the spawn. Still, I can look around and see if there's any standing sub-basements.
Sure. For this, basically it's just gotta take time, but you can search for materials, objects, all that sort of good stuff. You just have to kind of justify whatever role you're gonna use.
I'm going to use engineering to
Mhm.
look for buildings that would have a basement that haven't collapsed.
Okay. Oops. Oof.
Oh god, I haven't rolled above a 4.
You've rolled a 20 today, right?
No,
No?
no.
Must be Naples.
And if I did, it was pointless. So,
True.
no, I have not.
Yeah, it was Ipos who rolled 20 earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Does Zipos also want to help search?
I'm not sure how he could help searching. I mean, we were looking for one of those power sphere things, yes?
Yeah.
The only thing I could even come close to justifying for that is possibly a weird use magic device check to sort of try and
Divining rod
find...
yourself?
Yeah, essentially divining rod to try and find where its energy is.
Could I use like I don't know, knowledge local to or knowledge? Yeah, I could use knowledge local to try and like figure out like, where in this town would be like the best place to, center something like that.
Sure, I can just you. Those are both fine if you want to give them a go.
Where would I build a
raid?
Radio Shack?
Hell yeah.
Screw you all.
By Ash and Epos' power combined, you think you found where would be the vague town center, and yeah, probably between the two of you, you mark out a building that if you dug it up, you might find a core there. It looks like where you think one of the platforms would be.
Unfortunately, that involves digging.
Yeah.
Is there any tiny-sized animal which digs, preferably with like a dig speed?
A mole?
Hamster?
Mole? I could use mole.
What do you call it? Rolls up into a ball.
Armadillo.
Armadillo? Yeah. I'm going to cast Summon Minor Ally. Ally. Words are hard. You get what I mean. To summon something tiny, like 3 things that are tiny with a dig speed. And
3 tiny burrowing creatures.
yes, and then I'm going to try and use my Wild Mischief to convince them that, if somewhere under here is a great thing that's amazing and wonderful, and if you find it, you'll get lots of food.
Tasty tweets. Ooh.
Tasty tweets. Ooh.
Sure. Ooh. Give me your Wild Mischief roll.
A bluff check. Do I get bonuses?
I believe it's like Wild Empathy, but it acts like bluff.
Yeah, it's D20, adds Druid level to Charisma modifier. The bluff check. So, +2 on this. 16. Yeah. I mean, they're dumb animals, so maybe.
I mean, they probably don't have ranked in sense motive.
Probably not.
So the collective of moles, armadillos, whatever it is you summon.
Yeah, it says a typical domestic animal is not particularly suspicious, so no circumstance modifier. Wild animals are usually suspicious with a -5 penalty. These are
And this is also
summoned through spells, so I don't know what it would count as.
I mean, generally, if
but
they're
yeah.
summoned through spells, they're automatically friendly to you. So.
Yeah, for sure. Are you just kind of sending them to scout, or are you sending them to try and like dig it out?
Oh, dig it out. Like, find it, dig it out. Go, my minions.
Okay. How long does this spell last?
Well, 2
Rounds per level?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was rounds per level. Might be better to scout it then.
Yeah. Well,
Sure, you can send them as scouts.
So yes, go, my minions. Find us where it is, and you shall get foods.
They dig a bit. You hear squeaks, and then as they disappear.
I'm sure there's
Unfortunately,
food
12
wherever
seconds
they
of-
went to.
Unfortunately, 12 seconds of digging is not very long.
I mean, there is. Well, it's a D3, so how many did I actually summon?
Good question.
One of them. Great. Well, Ipos is just going to start digging wherever the squeaks came from before it popped.
Fair enough. What kind of check is it digging? And do you have any open, as a suggestion, do you have any open slots?
Spell
for
slots?
Yeah.
Not open, no. I tend to just prepare the same spells.
Never
Here.
mind, then.
I have an idea.
I mean, it's a new day, I never declared what spells I did prepare, but yeah, I tend to prepare the same spells.
I have an idea. Erin's gonna step off of Rusty, pull out a gizmo that she's been working on, and place it onto the side and close a hatch on Rusty, which then all of his limbs sort of like activate a bunch of pneumatic pistons, and he's gonna grow to large size.
Ooh.
And Rusty's just gonna attempt to just lift whatever's collapsed onto this thing out of the way.
Sure, give me a strength check.
Rusty, fetch that roof. Thank you.
When he said like digging, I was imagining like digging underground, like it was buried underground for some reason.
No, it's gonna
It's
collapse.
more like a building collapsed, yeah.
Right.
And in fairness, a tiny sized creature could probably squeeze through a lot of the shit that's there.
Yeah,
So,
but I could have
plan
had
wasn't bad.
I could have had a more suitable creature if
Rusty is large
I
size, and that's a
wasn't very
15.
tired.
Rusty can make some headway at least.
Thank you for the roof, Rusty. Thanks. Okay,
Yeah,
get
as
the
he
other roof.
basically just goes woof and manages to shift off pretty much all the roof. Now it's just like it'll probably just take you some time now of shifting like bricks and shit.
Yep. And Rusty can just help me do that. So I'm gonna spend just time doing that.
Yeah. It takes you probably about 20, 30 minutes of shifting about before you find what looks to be the where the platform was when the building collapsed. Doesn't look
Okay.
that broken from a first cursory glance.
You guys keep uncovering this thing. I'm gonna start taking a look at how it's faring. Aaron's gonna start looking it over.
Okay. Give me an engineering, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Where's your good
Really,
ghost?
Erin is not about infrastructure. She's more about gadgets.
Fair. Aaron's initial inspection is okay, there is some damage. It appears some of the core components have broken, but as you kind of like get someone to lift up after we cleared off the rubble and expose all the underside, yeah, there's a smallish core here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the platform's connected to anything anymore, so it's not functional, but a core you could just kind of nab it.
Now, is this a core of a construct or is this power sphere thing?
It's like the power sphere thing. But it's a smaller one,
Okay. Yoink.
but you
Hey.
think it's functional for purposes.
Actually, Ippos, could you come here?
Yes,
Grab that.
I am immediately hesitant to.
It's lightning. You're lightning. I'd rather not get zapped. You have a better chance of not being zapped.
It's not exactly how it works, but I will grab it.
Is it not?
No. Remember in I think it was in the vault there was the floaty ball things that use lightning to throw
Yeah,
themselves?
but you still grabbed the sphere and you were still standing.
No, not
Yeah?
exactly. I use my lightning to sort of over. Well, I ate their lightning. It's different, but I will try.
And you
I
plus
will
could
take
try and
it.
like leverage it out with the ancient accent.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Aaron had already gotten it out, but yeah, sure. Lever it out.
Aaron's just not touching it.
In which case, give me a UMD with +2. As you're using something that's sufficiently insulated.
12.
I mean, at least it wasn't in that one.
It was a nat 2. So yeah, 12.
There's a room as the core kind of plinks out. It falls to the ground. It's about the
Aaron
size of like a stress ball.
Aaron puts on big leather gloves and picks it up, looking it over to see if it broke or no.
As far as you can tell, it seems fine.
No. Good. Good job, host. Thanks.
It's certainly a lot smaller than the one that you found in the abandoned structure that was kind of like basketball sized.
You know, this is a bit. I wonder what this was for.
Power?
Well, yes, but wait. Aaron's gonna look at the power slot where this was plugged into.
Mhm.
Is there like is this small for its intended receptacle?
Yeah, kinda. You think this might have been like running, and while it's been running, it's been using up power.
And it
So
got smaller?
yes,
Huh. Okay, this is strange. Give me a second here, host. Aaron's gonna basically stick her head deep into the machine and just start rummaging around to see what else is in. She never really took anything apart. This is broken, so she's gonna start taking it apart.
you just scavenging for parts, Sven.
Yeah, just to see
Sure.
if she can understand a little bit more. It's using some form of electricity, which is strange. She doesn't ever use electricity.
You just scavenging for parts, Sven.
Yeah, just to see
Sure.
if she can understand a little bit more. It's using some form of electricity, which is strange. She doesn't ever use electricity.
Okay. She thinks perhaps it just had a lower energy requirement than the other ones.
You see, what the other crap. Okay, so what the ones were in Silvermount is the things that actually powered them were actually little portal things where they actually put like pulleys and levers through the portal to actually power the things that they were controlling. And you can just sort of put one of the linkage on the outside and just power whatever it wants and move around the portal with the thing that you're powering with the linkage, and then has the big power core somewhere within the big city. Or from what we've discovered recently, another dimension. They put most of the machinery on that. This is weird. It seems to be purely electric and very, very small, which is disconcerting. Yeah, there's not much here actually. It's really strange going from, something the size of your palm to when you're used to dealing with things the size of buildings.
If Erin wanted, she could strip this platform apart
Yeah,
Just-
she will.
once. In which case you can get 50 gold pieces worth of mechanical crap.
Cool.
Resistors.
Yay! Kind of makes sense that they're not using portals for this.
They're not thinking of portals.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we didn't have any idea what any of this is. I mean, I have a rough theory of what they're doing. It's powered by some form of electricity, and I don't know how any of these motors are turning, but it seems to be electrical based. I need to do a lot of study. But
No, I was just thinking it makes sense that they're not using portals like your Silvermount apparently does, according to you.
well,
'Cause, with the whole continent sort of floating around, the landing locations of all the portals would be constantly moving as well.
the constructs were constantly moving, so the portal where they would leave would be constantly moving as well. I mean, that's what Rusty does.
No, I mean, like, just because this whole floating island exists on this plane doesn't mean that it's the portal. If it's just a straight through, the other side could just lead to open air or open ocean, depending on where this island's at.
Uh, kinda. That's not quite what I mean. Do you know what a bag of holding is?
No.
You know how Captain Drinks McGee over there keeps pulling crap out of nowhere?
Yeah?
Pocket dimensions.
Oh, okay.
They seem to be using that technology, and they just have building-sized pieces of equipment housed within tiny pocket dimensions. It's how Rusty functions, more or less.
Uh,
Yeah. Um, Rusty outside only weighs like 500 pounds. I don't know how expansive his internal complex. Still, nevertheless, I think I got most of this thing torn to bits. Is there anything else you guys want to go see? Because I can keep trying to find these things and tearing them to bits. Because I mean, shit, they're full of gold and mechanical bits that I can use. I still haven't found a construct core, but
There is just general stuff to find in the town as well.
yeah,
Just
I'll
general
take-
takes.
I'll take a gander around while people were like digging it up.
Playing beach ball.
Yeah. So I'll just roll perception. 23, 25 ish. I mean, I haven't spent any inspiration yet today, so I'll spend it some now. 26.
Okay. Well, Aaron is searching. Most of the stuff you can really find here is pretty much stuff that you think, oh, this would probably be useful if you like lugged it back to camp. It's like building supplies. Wood that's still kind of okay, bricks, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Aaron, roll me a D100 for
Okay.
a double numbers.
Hey.
Does that
Aaron,
mean
actually-
he gets to roll again?
No, this isn't a gachapon.
Do I get to pass go?
Yes. You do actually find something special.
Ooh.
There's Erin kind of like turns a corner, and as she does, she sees a leg sticking out of basically a pile of rubble. But it's not like a skeletal leg. It looks like a proper person leg.
That's a leg. Guys, I'm seeing a leg. I poke it.
I mean, it moves as much as an appropriately stuck under rubble leg moves.
Oh, robo leg. Is it squidgy?
No, it's like human leg, like life leg.
Is it okay? So it is squidgy.
Yeah, it's squidgy.
Erin takes off her gloves and puts a hand on it. Is it warm?
It is cold.
It's not rotting. and it's cold, so it's been dead for a bit.
Hippos just starts moving bubble.
That's probably for the best. Aaron will. Oh, not Aaron. Rusty will.
What you end up uncovering appears to be. Oh, this. You think this is one of the adventurers from back in base camp? They must have come out here, been looking about, and accidentally. Well, very unfortunately, caught in the collapse of a building.
That's not great.
Oh.
That's less than ideal.
Yeah. On the bright side, he seems to have found a few things. If you don't mind, what is. I don't know if this really qualifies as grave robbing.
It really doesn't.
Fair enough.
No grave robbing, there is no grave yet.
And he's buried.
Not ceremonially.
True. But you find a few things.
This is more scavenging.
Oh, my spelling's gone to shit.
Hey.
That said, we should probably bring this person's body back.
Yeah.
Mhm,
I mean,
definitely.
Does he look like the wizardy folk?
No, he doesn't look wizardy.
Okay.
alternatively, as a different proposition for you, lunch?
No.
No. No.
One moment. You propose we want to eat.
Out of character. I'm joking.
And he has lunch on him. He has 4 rations.
Lunch.
If you don't mind eating something that's been a dead dude.
Aaron doesn't.
Magic maces.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick that up. It's a mace. Is it magic? I'm a roll. See.
Go for it.
Ooh, magic?
Magic. Tell you now, it's just a +1 light mace.
Nice.
I was hoping it would be a mace of turkey transformation. Everyone hit with it turns into turkeys.
Yay,
Mm.
This isn't Skyrim.
I was hoping it was just a turkey leg that turns into a mace.
Ah,
I'm afraid
I mean, we've already had the enchanted swordfish before, JMac.
it's true. But you can only find so many weird gimmicky magic items in certain
Yeah.
places.
okay.
Enchanted swordfish?
All right. I think my curiosity and risk taking is sated. I don't need to look around anymore. Let's head back. I got some stuff I need to start preserving as well.
In
Right.
which case,
Essentially, Erin's going to just head back to camp and either help with camp, or if she's allowed to, just take the time by herself to process all the gunk she's gathered to semi more permanent. Because I got like a day left on this crap.
yeah, you've got a lot of it. But this is where we'll wrap up.
Okay.
Because people have questions they'll be wanting to ask downtime. People might want to go off on their own. We'll probably just say like day 6, every day 6 or day 7 does kind of do whatever you want to. If you want to go, I don't know, book at something.
Okay.
Hell, you can even invite some NPCs to go venture. As this game becomes a dating sim.
Yay.
Well, according to RimWorld, it is.
Yeah.
It's true.